Hi, my name is Amy, and I'm a customer success manager here at Beekeeper. Today, I'll be teaching you about one of our newest features called workflows. With no-code workflows, you can trigger automated actions and route information to different places at different times. For example, you can build an onboarding workflow that assigns tasks to new employees before they even start. Or you can set up a PTO approval process in which the employee automatically gets notified when their request is approved. For today's video, I'll be showing you how to create a workflow, and the example I'll be using is an accident report process. To start, we built a form in Beekeeper where employees can submit their accident reports. What we'll do with the workflow is set up the actions that follow, which will be, in this case, a confirmation message to the person that submitted the report, letting them know we received their answers. And then we'll automatically create a task for our safety and compliance manager to review this new report and look over all of those answers. So let's start by going into the dashboard. Once you're in the dashboard, use the menu on the left to navigate into the toolbox section. This is where you'll find the workflows option. To create your new workflow, click the Add New button. Now, our first step is to choose our trigger. In this case, I'll be doing a form is submitted. Once I select my trigger, I'll hit Add, and then I'll be able to complete all the options on the right-hand side. In this case, I just have to select which form I would like to use. So I'll click here to see a drop-down of all of my forms, and I'll click the accident report. Now that I see a green check, I know that this step is completed and I can move on to my next action. So I'll choose my first action. And in this case, I'll actually be retrieving the user profile data. This will allow me to have more customized fields for each subsequent step in this workflow process. So I'll select this action and hit Add. And on the right-hand side, I see just one field to complete. And when I click in, I'll get the magic variables. So magic variables are pulling in the different items from your previous steps. So in this case, I'll want to use the submitter ID because this will pull in the profile data of the person that submitted the form. So now I've got the green check for my first action. I can go ahead and start working on my next action. Now I want to go ahead and send a chat message to the person that submitted the form. So I'll select Send a Chat Message and hit Add. This time I've got 3 areas that I can complete, but only 2 are required. First up, I'll have to decide who this message can go to. You could either select a single user if you want to notify just one person when a new form is submitted. But in this case, since I'm going to just send a confirmation to each person that completes the form, I'll want to take that submitter ID again and just populate that right in here. Now I can go and craft my message and use any of these magical variable fields along the way. So I'll write hello, and then to make it more personal, we'll throw in their first name. Thank you for submitting. And I'll throw in the form name in case it was a long one, I didn't want to type it out. Now, in case the person wants to see their answers later on, I'll add in that submission URL as well. So if you would like to review your answers at any time, please view them here. And I'll click in the submission URL. You also have the option of attaching a file. In this case, I don't need to, so I'll go ahead and leave that blank. I'm now moving on to the final step for this workflow, in which case I wanted to create that task. So I'm going to click Create a Task. And now for the Beekeeper user ID. In this example, I want to have just the safety and compliance manager reviewing every form that comes through. So I want to put her specific ID here. So what I'll do is I'll open up her profile in the user section. And this ID field in the gray box is the one I want to copy. So I'm going to grab that over for Barbara and pop it right here into the user ID box. Now I can title her task In this case, I'll put the form name so she knows what this task is about. And I also want to put the information of the person that submitted the form so she knows who it came from. So I'll put in their first name and last name, and I'll also throw in the date so she can easily see when this was submitted. So in this case, it'd be the submission time field. Now I can write my task description. So I'll write, hello, Barbara. A new form was submitted by this person's first name and last name. Please review their report here. And I'll put in that submission URL. The final thing I'll do for this task is add a due date. In this example, I'll just have it be the same as the time that it was originally submitted. So it'll be due the same day so she can look through it quickly and make sure to get back to that individual with any questions. Now I've completed my workflow, so I can go ahead and hit save. And then I can activate it. And now my workflow is live. So whenever someone goes through and submits that accident report, they'll automatically receive that confirmation message, and Barbara will be assigned a task to review it. Of course, this is just one example of the many things that you can do with workflows. They are fully customizable, require no IT know-how, and are a powerful back-end tool. So it's time to get creative, supercharge your communications, and set up amazing employee journeys of your own. If you need any assistance while setting up your own workflow, you can reference our great articles in the Support Center by clicking on this question mark right here in the dashboard, or reach out directly to your Customer Success Manager. Thank you so much for listening along, and good luck creating your own workflows.